give Miami credit. Had a good football team. They beat us today. And I don't have a ton of excuses. I think we struggled to produce any running game outside of one explosive. Obviously didn't create a ton of explosives. And then obviously we had a couple key penalties. And then defensively, outside of third down, didn't do much. And I do think there were a few bright spots in the kicking game, but overall, Miami outplayed us, they outcoached us, and give them the credit. I do think there are things that we can do better. There's no question there were mistakes made. It's embarrassing, to be quite honest with you. That's how I feel. That's how our kids feel. We've got a decision to make. I think we have. It's what I just told them. There's no excuses. Keep our mouth shut, show up and work, and we have to do better. And just keep it simple. That's how I feel, and I do think that our players will show up and they will respond.
Where do you think the struggles on defense kind of began? Obviously, Cam Ward is tremendous.
Obviously a good player. I do think that in the first half in particular, we've got a couple opportunities to get off the field. The two roughings were critical. And I think there's some missed tackles. I think there's a couple mental errors. But give them some credit. I think they were efficient throughout the day. They did a good job of conversion downs. They scored touchdowns in the red area. And they had some balance. I think they were able to rush it and throw it. So I'll be able to tell you more. But statistically, they were very successful throughout the day. I felt strongly that we would perform better, but I'm not here to make excuses. We got to get it fixed. We've got to get another opportunity next week, and we've got to play better and coach better. So you got to give Miami some credit. They've got a good football team. I think they did. They had a handful of wrinkles that were new. There's no question about that. But overall, I think the game comes down to fundamentals. It comes down to good communication, good execution. And at times out there, we did not do that. I was surprised. And I do think that we have better football in us. I think that's the message. And I think our players feel that way. I think we got a lot of football ahead of us, and I think ultimately we'll prove over time that we can play better than that. I really believe that. We'll have an opportunity to do that next week.